Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about Zoom calls, how you can prepare for a Zoom call and how you can look good on a Zoom call. I had no idea what a Zoom call is until maybe 2 months ago or 3 months ago, and now I have to do it with Sean. I have to do it on myself sometime. I see even the kids are learning through Zoom call. Mike has a lot of Zoom calls in the house. So what did I do? I had to learn what it was all about. Like I always say, I'm technophobic. I'm not very good with technology, so it took a while, and at some point I was like, you know what, Kathy, you need to get your act together and figure it out. So at least I can say I'm a bit better now. I'm better on the part of looking good and on the technical part, but my kids have really helped in terms of that. They put the shortcuts of the Zoom call on my desktop. I've been able to have shortcuts to the links, and we have like 3 Zoom calls with Sean every day, and parents have to be present. So it's been a journey, and I just want to share with you a few things that I've learned along the way that can make a Zoom call something you don't dread, and something that also you try to look your best. You know, at the end of the day, that's the most of our communication, most of our work is being done through Zoom calls for now. Number one definitely is to ensure you have Wi-Fi. If you don't have Wi-Fi, ensure to buy bundles so that at least you don't get cut in between. Secondly, I would talk about lighting. It would be nice if you could find natural lighting, like next to a window, lighting that is not very harsh on your face. It doesn't cast shadows on your face, and light that is also not very harsh. So soft, natural lighting. If the Zoom call is at night, or it's when it's raining and it's dark, you can use a ring light. There are very many of them, cheap small ones. Use a ring light. You can use a table light. Just ensure that you'll be able to adjust the light so that it's not too harsh and not too dim. So those are things you can invest in. Like me, I didn't have to buy. I just borrowed the kids. I borrowed Katusha's ring light. Michelle has a tripod. So don't necessarily have to go outside and buy all these things. Before I do a Zoom call, I use my phone to go around the house and find the perfect lighting, where there is natural light that is soft, like I said, and light that makes my face bright and look away, because you know sometimes the Zoom call comes at the end of the day when you're tired. So use your phone to get the perfect lighting. I'd also suggest find a corner or a place in your house where there's that soft natural lighting, plus it's organized, it's quiet, with very little distractions. You can imagine having a Zoom call, and the back of the Zoom call, or wherever people can see, it's a bed. The bed sheets are everywhere, the duvets, it's untidy. It also doesn't help with your mind to concentrate. So find a place where at least it's neat, tidy, no distractions. Find a place where you can sit comfortably. If you can lock the door, even better. So identify the place in your house where you'll be able to do your Zoom calls. Ensure that you let your nannies know, your children to know that mom is having a Zoom call, so maintain the silence. For me, it usually helps when maybe I do it in the bedroom. Most people are getting tables, affordable tables. You can get your fundi to make for you near a window where you can sit without distractions and have your Zoom call. If you find in a very noisy household where you have very small kids, it would help to have earphones so that at least you don't have too much distractions. But also ensure, like I said, inform people in the house that mommy or daddy or whatever is having a Zoom call. If you're using a phone or a laptop to do your FaceTime or to do your Zoom call, ensure that you place it on top of something. It could be a box. If it's a phone, use a tripod. Ensure that it is on eye level. It's not too low or it's not too high. But when it's too low, someone feels like, you know, the other person on the other side is superior to you. If it's too high, it means you're looking at another person. So eye level is perfect because it doesn't show you a double chin or other chins that you didn't know you have. It ensures that your eyes look awake, and also it just gives that feeling of that we are face to face, you know, we are close to one another. You don't want to be looking down as you're talking on your camera. You don't want to be looking up. So you just want that eye level. It flatters your face, and it ensures that that person feels that closeness and that face to face interaction. Before I forget, also, this is something that I used to do, especially with the first time I did it with Sean's teacher. I wasn't looking at the lens. So the teacher felt like I wasn't talking to her, or I was busy doing something else and I wasn't paying attention. So ensure that you're looking through the lens so that the other person can feel like you're listening to them. Also, don't just look in the camera without any reaction. You know, you can nod your head, smile, you know, lift a thumb, you know, show them that we are communicating, you know, so that the other person feels like we're interacting. Something else that I've also worked on is being distracted as you're on the Zoom call. Avoid eating, sipping tea. Okay, sip water if you have to, but don't be all over the place. I'm also training Sean to do the same. You're having a lesson or a meeting and someone is like this and like this, so it just makes that person feel like whatever they're telling you is not interesting to. So try to be still, try to be attentive, and it should really help if you prepare yourself mentally before you come for the Zoom call. 10 minutes before, sort out everything in the house. You don't want your nanny at the door coming to be like, oh mama leo tunapika nini, so those distractions try to avoid, so that at least you give those 10-20 minutes your best. Something else I've noticed is when people are on a Zoom call, try your best not to keep leaving and coming back. You see someone has left, they've muted and left. It just makes the meeting not seamless, a lot of distractions. And then we were all told about this Zoom meeting, and we were told in advance, the meeting is tomorrow at 1 p.m. Try your best to give that meeting, if it's 1 hour, your best. So avoid that coming and leaving. I know there's temptation, unless there's an emergency, unless a kid has dropped, there's shouting, there's screaming, there's fire, then you can be excused. But try to at least be there for the whole time of the meeting. Something else which has helped, especially for me in my meetings and also for Sean in his school meetings, is to ensure we get to sit down 10 minutes before. In case there's going to be some delay, in case like the other day we hadn't pressed the camera, so it's on but we can't see ourselves. I didn't know where the button on the camera is. Now I have to call Tito, so try to be at wherever you'll be doing the Zoom meeting like 5-10 minutes advance. Look at yourself, see how you're looking. Sometimes all you have to do is to just adjust the screen, move it up and down so that at least you're close. So just plan. Planning is a big part of it, a huge part of it. And the more you plan, the more comfortable you'll be, and you'll be able to concentrate without distractions. This I learned the hard way also, guys. Before your host starts the meeting, please mute the button. I was caught making noise for Sean, warning him how he needs to be alert and stop doing that, and I think that day I bruised his ego. So kindly mute the meeting before the host starts talking and before everyone is in the meeting. And also you mute when the other person is speaking. Like I've seen, even with Sean, he's really mastered it. Like he's always on mute unless when he needs to say something. So figure out what the mute button is. In the beginning I didn't know, and so the kid helped me. So that's also something, like I said, I'm learning and I'm getting better at it. I'm really going to point out trying to look presentable in the Zoom meeting. Most part, it's this part that is seen, the top part is seen. Guys, wear a decent top. As ladies, ensure that you're not wearing something that is too low so your boobs are being seen. You see, you're on high level, someone can see through. It's distracting, Make sure also that for me, I will just do basic makeup. I normally wouldn't have a full face bit like now, but normally I'll just do my eyebrows. I'll cover my under eyes because I usually have dark circles because of my insomnia. I'll cover here some powder and some spray and some lip gloss. I will have my wig on. I'm not going to come to the Zoom meeting with my matutas. If you have a nice scarf, tie it nicely. Ensure also that you have blended your concealer or your powder or your foundation properly, because sometimes you're so close to the screen that sometimes I can see the clear lines or marks of your concealer. So remember to blend well everything you put, because unlike when someone is not in such good lighting, I'm able to see everything, every wrinkle, every little mistake. So make sure that you blend well and to be presentable. Also, we are big on wearing something good on top, and below you don't have maybe pants or you have your sleeping shorts. It happened in one of the Zoom calls when someone stood up and we're able to see they had tiny little sleeping shorts. Because the thing is, you don't know, you're standing up to pick something and then everyone sees, and it's quite embarrassing. So even if you have a nice top and down, you want to wear your tracks, make sure it's something decent so that in case of an accident you don't get embarrassed. For what you're wearing on top, I know that sometimes we all don't know our colors. It will be amazing if you know your colors, because when it comes to color matching, what matters is your top. So ensure you're wearing colors that are flattering to your skin tone. It's a topic that I'll get to in another video. So ensure that also your top is not too busy, it's not too frumpy, so that it doesn't show like you're really big or huge, or it's enlarging your boobs unnecessarily, and it doesn't have too much going on, because it can be quite distracting. And like I said, the cleavage, it's called the cleavage or whatever. Please guys, tone it down. I know it's a thing nowadays, but this is a meeting. Tone it down, be professional. Something else I'd like to point out is your posture. Like I mentioned earlier, where you're doing your Zoom call, I would highly suggest, please don't do your Zoom call in your bed, because then you'll tend to slant. Try to do it in a chair, ensure it has a good height. If you need to add pillows to increase your height, please do it. Be straight and upright. It also helps you to be focused and to be alert. You don't want someone to do a Zoom call and then you're like, you're wiping your eyes, you're matogo, you've just woken up. It's like you don't have respect for the person who's called this meeting. If you are in the office, or if you are wherever you are having that Zoom call, is that how you would be operating? Is that how you would do it? So as much as it's casual, don't be too casual, because people might not say it, but to be honest, it's just lack of good manners. So try and do it in a chair next to a table if it's possible. If it's a sofa, sit properly, ensure that your head is straight up, correct your posture. I also have difficulty with my posture, so I even ask someone, do you think does it look straight? I look at myself on the camera, on the computer. Does my posture look upright? Because it also helps me be attentive and for my eyes to be open and for that person to see that I'm taking this seriously. Because right now that's the only mode of communication we have. A good point to note also is to check on your sound. I've had that problem. Sometimes maybe your laptop, the sound is not so good. It helps to have a speaker. I've been able to send Joshua to Miniso to get a basic speaker for Sean's laptop because of sound. Like I said, earphones. Ensure that your phones are on silent. No loud music. If someone is in the bedroom blasting loud music, tell them to switch it off. TV, loud music. And finally, I just want to comment on contributing on the Zoom calls. Most people on the Zoom calls are just quiet. No contribution, nothing, no comment, no feedback. Remember, if you're in an office setup and your boss was there or your superior was there, you'd contribute. You'd show that I'm interested, that I'm active. At the end of the day, you're still going to go back to work. And don't forget, your bosses, your supervisors are watching. Just because we are home doesn't mean that we are not working. At the end of the day, you're getting that salary in your account. Show that you're interested, participate, give feedback, ask questions, engage, and look excited to be here. Your boss doesn't want to feel like I just disrupted her from her online learning with her child. At the end of the day, working from home, guys, it's a plus. So look excited for the Zoom call, be ready on time, look the part, ensure that you prepare in advance, just the same way you prepare in an office. I hope you've learned something today. I can't wait for you guys to share other things also. Like I said, this has been a journey for me and I'm learning every day. And we have seen that we don't necessarily need offices to work. So share with me your experiences. What have been your oops moments, things that has happened to you and you would never want them to happen again, embarrassing things. Actually, guys, I'm going to give a giveaway to someone who tells me the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to them on a Zoom call. So kindly share below, and as always, subscribe, like, share, and comment.